All right, guys, we're going to start on our backs. So just make yourself comfortable. You can take your feet hip width distance, maybe mat width distance. Just let your feet flop out to the side. Arms along your side, palms facing up. Close your eyes. Take a few big deep breaths here. Breathe in through your nose. And then open your mouth, sigh it out. Do this a few more times. Inhale and exhale. Noticing any tension you may be holding in your body. Take an inhale, and on your exhale, just let it go. And begin to completely relax your body. Relax your jaw. Relax your forehead. And find some rhythm in your breath now, breathing in through your nose and out through your nose for about a count of 4. Slow and steady inhales, and slow and steady exhales. Even breath. If your mind wanders, just bring it back to your breath. Reach your arms up overhead, point your toes, take a big stretch. Really lengthening out of your sides, squeezing your thighs down, belly draws in. And then hug your knees in towards your chest, give yourself a little hug. Maybe your shoulders come off the floor, maybe you bring your forehead towards your knees. Shift your hips to the left and then drop your knees over to the right. Open your arms out like a T. Shift your gaze over your left shoulder. Just breathe through the twist. Sending that top hip forward. Lengthening through your left side. Inhale, come on back through center. Shift your hips to the right, drop your knees to the left. Arms open up like a T. Shifting your gaze over your right shoulder. Again, feeling that top hip pressing forward, finding some length in your side. Right shoulder melts towards the floor. Keep breathing. Inhale, come on back through center. Give yourself another hug. Forehead towards your knees. And then rock forward and back a couple of times, making your way up into a comfortable seated position. Take a moment and ground down through your sits bones. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale, arms up overhead. And exhale, hands at your side. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, lower down, connecting our breath and our movement. Inhale, arms up. On your exhale, twist to the right. Right hand plants directly at your seat. Left hand can come to the right knee. Just shift your gaze over your right shoulder. Keep finding length in your spine. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, twist left. Left hand plants directly at your low back on the floor, right hand to your left knee. Shift your gaze over your left shoulder. Inhale, arms up overhead. And exhale, rock forward into tabletop. Shoulders in line with our wrists. Hips in line with our knees. Start to move through some cat-cows. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, round your spine. Relax your head. Inhale, head lifts, chest lifts. Press your palms firmly into the floor. And exhale, round that spine, pressing your spine towards the sky. Inhale to cow. And exhale to cat. And play around with some movement here. Maybe wag the dog. And then turn your fingertips so they're pointing towards your knees and start to sit back, just slightly. And then turn the tops of your hands down onto the floor. Maybe you do one hand at a time. Come back to tabletop. And then sit back on your heels. Take a child's pose. You can bring your toes together, knees apart. Walk your fingertips out in front of you. And just let your forehead rest on the floor. And just know that child's pose is our resting pose. If at any time in your practice you feel like you need to catch your breath, take a break, come on down to child's pose. Start to walk your fingers over to the right. Feel a nice stretch on the left side of your body. Keep reaching, keep breathing. And then walk your fingertips over to the left. Feeling a nice stretch along the right side of your body. Stay low. Continuing to lengthen out of that right side. And begin to walk your hands back towards center. Come on up through tabletop. Walk your hands out in front of you. Keep your hips directly over your knees for puppy dog pose. Allow your chest to melt towards the floor. Working into our shoulders here. Maybe you rest your forehead on a block or on the floor. If this is easy for you, maybe your chin comes to the floor. Keep those hips lifted. Come on down to your belly. Pause here in Sphinx pose. And then walk your hands under your shoulders. Lower your head to the floor. On an inhale, lift your chest, lift your head. Keep a slight bend in your elbows and lower down. Inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, lower down. Continue to press your feet into the floor. Inhale, lift your chest, lift your head. Keep the bend in your elbows, hold it here. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, press on up through tabletop to downward facing dog. And go ahead and pedal it out here. Find some gentle movement, bending into one leg, straightening the other, and switching back and forth. Maybe bending into both knees. Come on up to your tippy toes. Walk your feet towards your hands. And we'll just hang out here in a forward fold. Feet can be hip width distance, maybe out a little wider. You can clasp your elbows, sway from side to side. Find some movement here. Maybe bring your fingers to the mat and walk them from side to side. Engage your thighs. If your hamstrings are tight, you can always bend your knees here. And draw your belly in. If you have your elbows, you can switch your grip. And just let your head hang heavy. Relax all the muscles at the base of your neck. Inhale, lift your chest. Walk your feet out about mat width distance. Take a deep bend into your knees for yogi squat. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you bring your hands to your heart, elbows working to press your knees apart. Keep your chest lifted. And breathe. Straighten through your legs, lift your hips, walk your feet back towards each other. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale, slowly rise up, arms up overhead. And exhale, hands at your side. Inhale your arms up. Grab your left wrist, drop your body over to the right for a little stretch on your left side. Keep your toes light here. Switch sides, reaching over to the left, grabbing your right wrist, lengthening your right side, and exhale, hands at your side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift your chest. And exhale, step your left foot back, followed by your right, and just pause here, top of a push-up. Shoulders in line with wrists, heels pressing back, thighs are engaged. Keep your hips lifted, shoulders are spread across your back. Send your heart forward, bend your elbows lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Holding it here, we're breathing in through our nose and out through our nose. Heels are pressing down. Inner thighs draw back. Sides of your hips stay lifted. Draw your navel in. Inhale, step your left foot forward, followed by your right. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, arms up overhead. Exhale, hands at your side. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, plant your hands, step your right foot back, lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up. And exhale, downward facing dog. Hold here for 5 breaths. Pay attention to your hands here. They should be in line with your shoulders, palms pressing evenly into the floor, fingertips spread wide. Draw your shoulders up your back, lengthening through your spine, gaze at your navel. Inhale, right foot steps forward, followed by your left. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, and arms come down to your side. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, plant your hands, step or jump back, lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana to upward facing dog, to downward facing dog. Hold it here. We hold down dog for 5 breaths. So this is a great opportunity here for you to focus on your breathing. You should be able to hear your breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Go ahead and hop it forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, arms up overhead. Exhale, hands at your side. Inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale, bring your hands to your back, thumbs at your low back, fingertips on your side. Start to roll your shoulders back, lean back, look back. Keep your chest lifted so you're not dumping into your low back. Keep breathing. Grounding down through your feet. Inhale, come on up. Take a forward fold. Inhale, rise up nice and slow, arms up overhead. And on an exhale, hands behind your back. Take a bind. Keep your hands at your low back. Maybe straighten your arms. Maybe peel your arms away from your back. Start to roll your shoulders back. Look back. Lean back again, lifting your chest, lengthening your spine. Go ahead and come on out of this. Bend your knees. Release your grip. Arms come up. Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold, straighten through your legs. Inhale, lift your chest. And then exhale, step back with your left foot, runner's lunge. Take your time setting up here. Take a nice long stance, grounding down through all four corners of that right foot. Left heel's pressing back. You can straighten into your front leg. Rock forward and back a couple of times. Keep that left leg engaged. Hop that left foot forward, step the right foot back, runner's lunge. Again, grounding down through all four corners of your left foot. Back heel pressing back and rocking forward and back a couple of times, straightening into that front leg. And then moving back into runner's lunge. Just finding some movement here. Step that right foot forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, arms at your side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, step back with your left foot. Runner's lunge. Lower your back knee down. Hands can come to your waist. Really feel that stretch on that left thigh. Working into your hips. Arms can reach up. You can lean back. Maybe take a bind around your back. Play around with this pose. Go ahead and plant your hands. Step it back, downward facing dog. Left foot steps forward to runner's lunge. Lower that back knee down. Hands to your waist. Keep your hips square here. Left hip is drawing back. Feeling a nice stretch on that right thigh. Playing around with some arm placement. Take a bind or reach up. Find a back bend if you'd like. Plant your hands. Step it back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, step that right foot forward. Deep bend in that front knee, arms reach up, crescent warrior. Keep that left thigh engaged, knees lifted. Keep breathing, squeeze your belly in. Exhale, fold over your front leg, sweep your arms back, humble warrior. Palms can face down, top of the head reaching forward. Inhale, reach your arms up, crescent warrior, and then exhale, plant your left hand on the mat, right hand reaches up for a twist. Keep rolling that right shoulder back. Gazing up at your fingertips. Lower that back knee down, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, take it through Vinyasa. Left foot steps forward. Inhale, arms come up, crescent warrior, deep bend in that front knee, grounding down through all four corners of that front foot. Keep that right leg engaged. Back of your knees lifting. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Hug your belly in. Start to lean forward. Sweep your arms back. Humble warrior. Palms face down. Crown of the head reaching forward. Finding length in your spine. Keep reaching. Inhale. Sweep your arms up. Crescent warrior. Exhale, plant your right hand, left hand reaches up. Find the twist. Rolling that left shoulder back, gazing up at your fingertips. Exhale, lower that back knee down, arms come on up, Anjaneyasana. Maybe find a slight back bend here. Exhale, plant your hands, step it back, take it through a vinyasa. Inhale, right leg lifts, step it through. Crescent warrior. Exhale, sweep it back, humble warrior. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, plant your hands, take that twist. Go ahead and lower that back knee down. Inhale, arms up, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, plant your hands, step it back, take it through Vinyasa. Inhale, left leg lifts, send it through Crescent Warrior. Exhale, sweep your arms back for humble. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, plant your right hand, left hand reaches up, take it for a twist. Go ahead and lower that back knee down, Anjaneyasana. And exhale, send that left foot back, take it through Vinyasa, or move straight to downward facing dog. We're going to flow through this. So inhale, connect your breath and your movement. Exhale, step it forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, humble. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, take your twist. Go ahead and lower the back knee down, Anjaneyasana. Step it back, Vinyasa or downward facing dog. Feel free to play around with this. Maybe keep your leg lifted on the way down. Opposite side, inhale, crescent. Exhale, sweep it back. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, take a twist. Inhale, lower that back knee down. Anjaneyasana. Exhale, plant your hands, take it through Vinyasa. Go ahead and come on down to child's pose. Toes can stay together, knees can go out wide. Let your chest melt towards the floor. Take a few big, deep breaths here, in through your nose, maybe side out on the exhale. Just take a moment to catch your breath. Come on up through downward facing dog. Walk your hands to the back of the mat to meet your feet for a couple of forward folds. Padangusthasana. So take your index finger and your middle finger, place it between your big toe and your second toe. Inhale, straighten through your arms. Exhale, fold. Elbows will shoot out to the sides. Hips stay lifted. You can keep your knees bent here if your hamstrings are tight. And the top of your head is reaching towards the floor. Keep breathing. Pressing down through your feet. Inhale, straighten through your arms, lift your chest. Release your grip. Slide your hands under your feet so that your toes are right at your wrist crease. Exhale, forward fold. Again, elbows move out towards the sides, top of the head reaching towards the floor, keeping your hips lifted. If your hamstrings are tight and your knees are bent, maybe take a breath and engage your thighs, straighten through your legs just a little bit, and if you'd like, take that bend back into your knees. Inhale, straighten through your arms, release your hands. Exhale, hands to your waist. Inhale, come on up nice and slow. Let's move on to some balancing poses. We'll start with tree pose. Ground down through your left foot. Bend your right knee. Start to work your right foot up your left leg. Maybe grab your ankle, and place your right foot on the inside of your left thigh. And feel the connection there. Feel your foot pressing into your thigh, and also feel your thigh pressing back into your foot. Hugging your right knee back, you'll feel a nice stretch on your right inner thigh. And play around with some arm placements here. Feel free to grow your tree. And if you fall out, get right back in. Exhale, lower down. We'll switch sides. So ground down through your right foot. Left toes turn out. You can keep your hands at your waist as you work your left foot up your right leg. Maybe grabbing your ankle and then pressing the sole of your left foot into your right inner thigh. And then also pressing your right inner thigh back into your left foot. Feeling the connection there. And then feeling that nice stretch on your left inner thigh. Back of the knee is pulling towards your back hip. You can grow your tree. And again, if you fall out, we get right back in. And exhale, release your tree. Now we're going to ground down through our left foot. Bend your right knee. Then capture your right knee with your hands, interlace your fingers around your knee, point your toe. Maybe you stay there. Maybe you reach down for your big toe. And if you want to move a little further, maybe straightening into your leg. And draw your right shoulder back. Right ribs come back. Lower your right hip. Keep pressing your heel forward. Hold it here. And release. Go ahead and switch sides. Ground down through that right foot. Bend the left knee. Keep your left toes pointed. Interlace your hands around your knee. Keep your chest lifted, shoulders back. If you want to move on a little farther, maybe grabbing your big toe, you can extend your leg out in front of you, pressing your heel forward, dropping that left hip. Left shoulder draws back. Keep that standing leg strong. And go ahead and release that down. Go ahead and shake it out a little bit. Go ahead and forward fold and walk it out, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg, step it through, warrior B. Spin that back foot flat. Press down through the outer edge of your back foot. Take a deep bend in your right knee. Extend your arms out to the front and back. Shift your gaze over your right fingertips. Keeping your thighs engaged. Relaxing your shoulders away from your ears. Drawing your belly in. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Nice big stretch on the right side. Exhale, side angle pose. A couple of options here. You can bring your elbow to your knee. You can reach your arms straight up towards the sky or bring your bicep by your ear. Just continue to press through the outer edge of your back foot. Inhale, straighten through that front leg, reverse triangle. Exhale, triangle pose. Right hand comes down to meet your right leg. You can rest your hand on your ankle or your shin. Left hand reaches up towards the sky. Gaze at your fingertips. Keep leaning back. And rolling that bottom shoulder back. Inhale, come on up, reverse triangle. Now pivot your feet so that the sides of your feet are parallel to the front and back of your mat. Hands can stay at your waist here. Start to turn your heels in. Take a deep bend in your knees for goddess. Maybe bring your hands to your heart. Keep your chest lifted. And on an inhale, we're going to straighten through our legs. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend your knees, hands to heart. Inhale up. Exhale, bend your knees, bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, down. Inhale up. Exhale, down. Okay, last one. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend your knees. Sit low. Now straighten through your legs. Bring your hands to the floor. Get ready for a forward fold. Inhale, straighten through your arms, lift your chest, and then exhale, forward fold, bringing your fingertips in line with your toes. Keeping your hips lifted and your thighs engaged. Feel like your feet are being pulled towards one another, and use your hands to pull yourself a little deeper into the fold. Head hangs heavy here. Keep breathing. Inhale, straighten through your arms. Exhale, bring your hands to your waist. Lengthen through your spine on the inhale, and then exhale, fold. You could keep your hands at your waist here, or play around with different arm placements. You can take a bind around your back. And again, just remember to keep your legs engaged here. Navel draws in towards your spine. Inhale, rise up. And now pivot your left toes towards the back of the mat. Right toes turn in, setting up for pyramid pose. So we're going to square our hips. Right hip draws forward, left hip draws back. Find length in your spine and start to fold forward over your front leg. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you fold a little deeper, eventually getting your nose or your forehead towards your shin or your knee. And keep drawing that right hip forward. And spine is long. Inhale. Bend through that front leg. Place your left hand on the floor. Bump that right leg up. Come on up, half moon pose, Ardha Chandrasana. Keep that left hand on the floor for stability, or feel free to maybe take it off the floor, float it. Right fingertips reaching up. Dive down, standing splits, and then plant your right foot down, bend your knees, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold. And inhale, take it through Vinyasa. All right, left foot, sweep it through. Come on up, Warrior B. Spin the back foot flat. Take a deep bend in that left leg. Grounding down through the outer edge of your back foot. Fingertips reaching forward and back. Shifting your gaze over your left fingertips. Hold it here. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Really lengthen out of your side. Exhale, side angle pose. Again, take a variation that works for you. You can bring your elbow to your knee. Hand can extend up towards the sky, or bring your bicep to your ear. And just ground down through the outer edge of that back foot. Drawing the sides of your waist back. Hold it here. And inhale, straighten through that front leg, reverse triangle. Exhale, triangle pose. Your left hand can rest on your ankle or your shin. Right hand reaches up towards the sky. Gazing up at your fingertips. Strong legs here. Inhale, come on up, reverse triangle. Pivot your feet so that the sides of your feet are parallel with the front and back of your mat once again. Hands to your waist, bend your knees, lower down, goddess. Maybe bring your hands to your heart, lower down halfway. If you want to move further, maybe lift your heels from the floor, balancing on the balls of your feet. Legs are active, maybe extending your arms out to the sides. Keep breathing here, stay low. All right, go ahead and plant your heels. Take a forward fold. Feel free to do the same arm placement you did before. You can bring your fingertips in line with your toes, pressing your palms down, working yourself a little deeper into the fold, keeping your thighs engaged here. Strong legs, hips are lifted. Crown of the head's reaching towards the floor. Again, different arm placement if you'd like. Bringing your hands to your waist, maybe taking a bind around your back. If you have your hands at your waist, pull your elbows towards each other. And keep hugging your feet towards each other. Maybe going for a bind. Inhale, come on up nice and slow. Pivot your right foot so that your right toes are pointing forward. Legs are straight. Squaring your hips, left hip draws forward, right hip draws back. Finding length in your spine, keep leaning forward. Hold it here, or maybe you lower all the way down. Nose or forehead towards your shin or your knee. Keep lengthening out of your spine. And then take a bend into that right knee. Start to lift your back leg up. Balance on your right hand about a foot in front of your standing leg. Extend your left arm up. Keep that top leg lifted. Engage your thighs. Testing your balance here. Core is engaged. You can balance on your fingertips here. Maybe grab a block. And then dive down, little standing split. Lower your leg down, Utkatasana. Bend into your knees, reach your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Go ahead and take it through a Vinyasa. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts for pigeon pose. Swing it through. Right knee to right wrist. And start to walk your left toes back. But keep your hips squared. So you might want to draw your left hip forward. Feel your right hip draw back. You can come on down to your forearms. You can rest your forehead in your arms. Maybe your forehead makes its way to the mat. We're going to hold it here for a moment to just settle into this pose. If you feel any pain or pinching, back out. If you feel any tension, that's okay. Just don't push through that tension. Keep sinking that left hip down. Focusing on your breath still, slow and steady inhales and exhales. Start to walk your hands back under your shoulders, curl your back toes under, send your right leg up, three-legged dog. Make some circles with your leg. Left side, left leg lifts, send it through, left knee to left wrist. And start walking those right toes back. But be mindful, we want to keep our hips squared, so draw that left hip back, right hip pulls forward. You can come on down to your forearms, or you can stay up on your hands, but you can make your way down, lowering your chest a little closer to the floor, maybe resting your head in your forearms, or maybe on the mat. And continuing to breathe. It's an intense stretch, so just focus on your breath here. If you start to feel any pain or pinching, back out. Just enjoy this nice deep stretch. And start to walk your hands back under your shoulders. Curl your back toes under. Lift your hips. Send that left leg up, three-legged dog. And find some movement there, making some circles with your knee. Left foot plants. Come on down to your knees. Take a quick child's pose. And start to make your way up. Just sit over onto the right or left of your feet, making your way down to your seat. Legs extended out in front of you. Flex your heels back. Ground down through your sits bones. Sit up nice and tall. Elongate your spine. Inhale, arms up. And with a flat back, begin to forward fold. Focus on lengthening your spine. With each inhale, find a little bit more length. And on each exhale, begin to hinge forward from your hips. Crown of the head reaching forward. And with each breath, come down a little deeper, working on your hamstrings. If this is too much on your hamstrings, you can slightly bend your knees here. Or just back out, lifting your chest. And then exhale, relax your head. Start to round your spine and feel a nice stretch along the base of your neck. Continue to breathe here. And on an inhale, come on up. Janu Shirshasana. Extend your left leg out in front of you. Sole of your right foot into your left inner thigh. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold over your extended left leg. Crown of the head reaching forward. Right knee is pulling down towards the floor. Keep lengthening through your spine. Each inhale finding length, each exhale going a little deeper into the fold. Continuing to ground down through your sits bones. On an inhale, switch legs. Sole of the left foot plants into your right inner thigh. Arms reach up and exhale, forward fold with a flat back over your extended right leg. Keep lifting your chest up and over your right leg. Left knee making its way to the floor, stretching that left inner thigh. Grounding down through your sits bones. And inhale, come on up. Go ahead and shake out your legs. And then bend both knees. Bring the soles of your feet together for Baddha Konasana. Fingers wrap around the outsides of your feet, thumbs to the inside, soles of your feet, and then begin to pry your feet apart like you're opening a book. Hug your elbows in towards your waist, and you can use your elbows to gently spread your inner thighs apart. Keeping a flat back here, begin to forward fold. Shoulders draw back, focusing on your breathing. Go ahead and come on up. And then you're going to round your spine and lower your head, relaxing all the muscles at the base of your neck. Continuing to draw your shoulders back. Rounding down. Inner thighs stretch. Inhale, come on up. Release your legs, give them a little shake, and then make your way onto your back. If a shoulder stands in your practice, take a shoulder stand. Pressing your shoulders into the floor, lifting your hips off the mat. Supporting your low back with your hands. Legs are straight, toes are pointed towards the sky. Pressing the back of your skull into the mat. Keep working your elbows towards each other. An option here would to leave your hips on the ground and just leave your legs up in the air. And then lower your feet behind you for plow pose. Keep those hips lifted. And slow and steady, start to roll out one vertebrae at a time. And take a big stretch. Arms up overhead, legs extended out in front of you. Point your toes, lengthening through your sides. And then hug your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a hug. Forehead towards the knees. And then take a gentle twist to the right. Arms open up. Gaze over your left shoulder. Pushing that top hip forward, lengthening your sides, and breathing. And go ahead and switch sides, dropping your knees to the left, shifting your gaze over your right shoulder. Top hip pushing forward, lengthening your side. Come on back through center. Feel free to give yourself another hug or another big stretch as we prepare for Shavasana. You can bring your feet hip width distance, maybe mat width distance, and just let your feet flop out to the sides. Arms at your side, palms facing up. Take a big, deep inhale in through your nose. Sigh it out your mouth on the exhale. A couple more breaths like that. And just begin to settle into the natural rhythm of your breath. And letting go. Releasing any tension. And we'll sit in silence for a couple of minutes. Shavasana. If you'd like, you can bring some awareness back into your body or continue resting in Shavasana. You can stretch your arms up overhead, hug your knees in towards your chest, rock over to one side. Just pause there for a moment, resting your head in your forearm. And slowly making your way up into a comfortable seated position. You can bring your hands to your heart and bow your head. And thank you guys for joining me in today's practice. Namaste.